up, people? What we're going to do is have a full day of eating, but today what we're going to do is kick it off with Frank's and Benny's. Alright, we are outside of Frank's and Benny's now. Two things. One thing was, that meal wasn't even that great. I could have made that myself. It was $5.99 and I had waffles, eggs and maple bacon or something. So that should be the sort of swagger that you have. You go to a restaurant and know that you can probably cook a better breakfast than they can. Because I know for a fact I can make a better breakfast than what I just ate, without a doubt. But I am happy I came. At the end of the day, it's a good trade-off for me. The main reason I went there wasn't necessarily for the food. It was purely because I wanted to get up early because I'm not going to work today and I wanted to be super productive. And I know that when I start from home, sometimes I have a late start until like 2 till 3 p.m. So I got here about 10:30 and I've been here editing a video on my computer. I was mainly paying that $5.99 simply just to have somewhere outside of my house and just be productive. What I'm going to do now is just walk around the Fort Shopping Centre, go in a few stores, potentially see if there's anything I want to buy, and then I carry on with the rest of the full day of eating. So what I'm going to do right now is actually go probably to some supermarket and buy some food and cook a meal at home that I actually enjoy and will fill me up, because that one, as I mentioned, never, and I want to get some actual nutritional stuff in. That was meant to be my pleasure meal for the day, and to be honest I wasn't that happy. But it is what it is. Carry on with the rest of the day.
The jealous best friend advice: don't bite the hand that made you. You disappoint God when you tamper with the hearts of his angels. Slick as the serpent's tongue, dreaming.
Guess what supermarket we're at today, people? It's Asda again. Purely because I always go to Asda over Lidl when there's times that I'm not sure what I want to cook. Purely because it allows me to have more freedom, because Asda does have more stuff than Lidl. So basically right now I have no idea what I'm going to buy. I do know that I want to cook something different. Not because I particularly want to, it's because just for footage for you guys. Because I want to make sure I'm showing you somewhat different meals every so often. So today I'm going to try and make the next meals I make today totally brand new, or meals I haven't made in at least 6-7 months plus, just to mix it up. At least the next meal I know, my main dinner. Yeah, I have an idea of what I want to get, but it's going to depend on what ingredients I find in the store. So yeah, stay tuned for some meals and some chefing of good quality food. And I also do want to talk about the mindset of building a healthy view when it comes to food, like a healthy food mindset, because a lot of people can drive themselves nuts when it comes to nutrition and fitness, to the point where they're doing too many extreme things and then they ultimately fall off because what they're trying to maintain is just too extreme for them. But we'll talk about that later on when I come back. In today's full day of eating, I'm going to focus on the mindset of people, because last time I mentioned something which I feel like should have been mentioned earlier on in the video, which is never let someone like belittle your progress. For example, when I started at work, every time I go to start cutting and I eat certain foods, they'll see me start bringing more fruits to the table and stuff like that at work. Someone, without a fail, will always say, oh, but there's so much sugar in those fruits. But the alternative was me eating chocolates like you do, and where there's way more sugar. So people always think like when you try and be healthy, you have to go absolute, like you can only be eating at your desk like salads and broccoli brunches or whatever it is, when that's not the case. If you previously ate loads of chocolate bars and Haribos and very sugary sweets, and you switch to a fruit like pineapple, like I mentioned in the previous video, that does have a high amount of sugar in it, that is fine in the event that you're still making progress. If you previously ate loads of chocolate bars, you are still incrementally making results and progress. So never let anybody make you feel bad about eating a certain thing. It happens all the times. People start their weight loss journey and someone will always go, oh, but you're doing this, but you're doing that. But they're not accounting for the fact that you have improved like a good 20 to 30% of your lifestyle already, which is going to make a difference. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. It's a journey. So that is something you have to fundamentally remember. That comes to gym as well. If you never used to work out and you train even just 2 times a week, yes, it's not a crazy amount, but if you did 0 before, you are still making progress. Don't let someone go, oh, you're never going to see any results with that. It'll be a slower process, obviously, but you will still see an impact. So I feel like you have to realize that nothing is absolute. If you are only in a position at the moment to do the gradual steps, that is fine. Keep doing it. Then with time, try and incrementally improve and increase. It's a fundamental reason why you should never compare yourself to someone that's like in this fitness game for years. Like someone that may be somewhat overweight or new to lifting as a teenager is going to try and compare themselves to a routine to someone that's been lifting for like 7-8 years and be like, oh god, they train 6 times a week, so I have to. That is not the case. You're in 2 different positions, you're 2 different people. You can start off with the baby steps. If you're brand new to lifting right now and you train 7 days a week or 6 days a week, you don't have to do that much. You could easily make a good amount of progress with 4 days a week and even 3 days a week if you optimize those sessions thoroughly.
Lord forgive me, bitches saying you a rapper, nigga. Ain't you supposed to tip more? I don't see no pussy, baby. Ain't you supposed to strip more?
I don't know if you can see it, it's all smoky down there. Someone's making a barbecue, I can smell it. Right guys, here is all the stuff that I just bought. So we've got some fajita mix, some sliced up piece of chicken, some stir-fried veg peppers, almond milk, mixed herbs, lean beef mince. I went for the 5% fat one. And then we also got the pineapples I showed you, 2 of these low-calorie pizzas, and some apples. Not forgetting the wraps I went for. I decided to go for white just because, to be honest, they taste the best. Sometimes I go for the half and half, but I decided to go with white today. So as you may have guessed, I'm probably going to make some sort of burrito and fajitas today. So stay tuned. In regards to the chicken, for those of you that want to save some pennies and, you know, make it more affordable, it's much more cost effective to buy the big chicken fillet and slice it yourself. Like, you'll probably save on average, probably per time you do it, maybe 50 pence to a pound. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you buy it very frequent, like weekly, you're gonna start saving money per month. I buy sliced ones, to be honest, purely because all this filming and stuff takes long enough as it does. So whenever I can save like an extra 5-10 minutes on anything, I'll do it, just because it just makes it quicker for me to do it and I can afford to. But if you're on a budget, buy the full fillet and slice it yourself. I've decided while I start cooking the burritos, what I'm going to have is half a pack of the pineapples and 2 of these garlic apples instead of having one of the pizzas. I just don't really feel for a pizza. I'd rather have something a little bit sweet and then something that's going to fill me up, because garlic apples really do. And in case of any of you wonder, I've just checked for 100 grams of one of these garlic apples is 55 calories. So I'm just going to check how much one of these small ones are, because I don't know. There you go. So this is roughly probably around 60 calories per one of these little baby apples. So check them out. Get your fiber up, people. Get it up. Top tip, you don't need to use the full packet of this. I've used maybe a fifth, maybe a quarter of it. It is pretty strong, plus I've added my own cayenne pepper and a little bit of sauce as well. But yeah, never neck out the whole thing. In terms of the meat, I used around just over half a packet of the mincemeat, and I've used about a quarter of this. You don't need to pour out way too many seasonings, because seasonings can add up. You try and keep a nice level that you can taste it and it tastes good, but it doesn't have to be overkill. I also found some extra veg in my fridge, so I'm going to try and squeeze as much into the meals now, just because I don't want to waste them. You know what I mean? I don't like spending money when I budget out here, so we're going to try and use as much as we can. The main bit is cooked now, so what I'm going to do is put the tortillas in. The easy way to add cheese is simply just to add it into the tortilla and then put it in the microwave. Just at 1 so far. I always don't put the extra main peppers in the actual pan just because I like these crunchy. So I put these outside, just add some crunch. And as I said, I'm trying to make use of a lot of this stuff, so I'm going to try and squeeze it as much as I can on top. Yeah, that'll do, that'll fit. And I'm going to do that twice. I'm going to add this on top. And there you go, we got 2 lovely fajitas. I'm going to eat that right now. I'm so happy. I haven't made one of these in ages. If I had some rice and beans, it would have been a burrito, but it's more like a beef minced fajita. So I'm going to eat this now. The good thing is, if I feel extra peckish, I have enough meat in there to make 1 more of these. Really good tip, especially if you're someone that's known to overeat a lot. If you drink a decent amount of water before and after your meal, I guarantee if you're one of those people that have to cram your face full, you'll start feeling fuller a lot quicker if you drink a decent amount of water along with your meal. But yeah, I'm gonna do that now, and I'll cut to you guys probably when we're at the gym. Alright people, right now we're on the way to the gym, but I want to address something quickly. Like, this whole video is obviously about trying to build a healthy mindset towards nutrition and natural fitness. I've had 2 people ask me like something really random. One asked me whether he was allowed to have a glass of orange juice in a day because he's trying to lose weight. He was saying, can I have a glass of orange juice in the morning? Can I have it? And the fact he's thinking he has to ask me for approval is crazy. When you start taking things to that extreme, I feel like it's too much. Like, imagine asking someone to have a glass of orange juice. If you're ever fussing with yourself to have a single glass of like an orange juice or something like that, that is when I know for a fact your mindset isn't correct. You shouldn't be stressing that much. Like, a small glass of orange juice is not going to kill you. It's, first of all, it's the total calories in a day that actually matters when it comes to weight loss. But you stressing and thinking you have to actually message me to ask if you could have orange juice is one of the things that I want to get across, that people overthink too much and it's not a healthy mindset to have. Like, normally it's people saying, oh, can I have a takeaway or something like that, but having like a small glass of orange juice, go drink it, you know what I mean? It should never ever be that crazy and that pedantic. Someone else asked me something else really crazy, which was saying that, do you snort creatine? No joke, he asked me, do you snort creatine? And I replied back with, is this a real question? He says, yeah. He said he was in Pure Gym and saw someone snorting creatine. I'm questioning if it was even creatine that he saw the person snorting, because I don't even think even the dumbest of people would snort creatine. What's the craziest thing you have seen someone do in the gym or in return to nutrition?
On a nigga while I'm standing on him, kick him, punch him, throw him, make him slam the wall, time to a cannon, make him cannonball to the ocean, make him suffer too. Nigga, this is fucking animal abuse, animal cruelty on the fucking news. I'ma kill the panda till he bloody too, I make him black and blue for the black and white. I don't fuck with niggas like a pack of dice. Eat the panda, bitch, I got an appetite. I'm out this world, I swear that I'm a satellite. How many rappers gotta try to pay me? Tired of hearing niggas on the same beat. Time to kill the panda in my old pajamas, fly to Atlanta in the same week. What's a panda to a fucking polar bear? A gorilla to a monkey, tiger to a puppy, lion to a kitten, wolf to a pigeon, shark to a fish, a snake to an infant, alligator in a waterway, Jordan Lucas to a dinosaur pet. They ain't know that I'm Tyrannosaurus Rex. Grab the panda rub and rip apart his neck. I ain't doing interviews and autographs. I don't like the way you talking, all of that. I should fuck your bitch and never call her back. I go down in history as an artifact, but I'm tired of this fucking panda song. I just want.
Right, I'm back on from the gym. What I'm going to do is actually the rest of the little mincemeat that I've got left, I'm going to put it in a brioche bun that I've still got left and just eat it like that. I don't want to put it on another wrap because the next meal I want to make is probably going to be chicken fajitas. So today's like a fajita day really. So I've showed you the beef version. For those of you that don't like beef, I'm going to show you the chicken version. I'll probably still use the same seasoning packet as well, and maybe a different bit of seasoning that I will add to it as well. But yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of all the stuff in your house. Like, you don't want to waste it. I've got a whole bunch of veg in the freezer. I've got brioche buns here, so I need to make sure I'm using them all up. I might as well show you some of the supplementation I'm going to have, because I always forget to. Today, Super Omega 3 tablet I'm going to be taking. The daily vitamins from My Protein. I won't be having a protein shake today because I feel like with the foods I'm going to eat today, I should be fairly okay. Loads of beef, loads of chicken. I don't think I'll need a protein shake today, but I'll still get like these ones in. Right, so we got the mincemeat in there. Today's a very meaty day, so if you're a vegan watching me, well, if you're a vegan, I assume you wouldn't watch me, period, but... These brioche buns. And for those of you watching this, probably saying to yourself, damn, I wish I knew how to cook. Trial and error, man. You make something, maybe it tastes good, maybe it tastes bad. You learn from it, you try again, mix up the seasons a little bit differently, and you will eventually do it. It's almost like maths. Basically, food comes down to maths, but food maths. So it's like this seasoning plus this seasoning equals something that tastes nice. Once you know that concoction works, then you try another recipe. This seasoning, this meat, and then this sauce tastes all right. That's another good one, and that's all you do. And once you remember what seasonings and what combinations work, that's basically it. You can apply it to various different meats. You know what I mean? The only one that's a little bit different is fish, but you can cook, you can season like chicken, beef, and turkey, relatively similar, more chicken and beef. But yeah, it's just that simple. Find the right concoctions and what works, and that's it. Right people, just a heads up, this full day of eating, if you don't know already, is probably going to be a little bit longer than your typical one, because I want to have at least one video where I thoroughly drill down deep into about the healthy mindset when it comes to food and fitness. And today's been a perfect example. For those of you who don't know, on my Instagram, every single day, I answer at least 10 to sometimes 40 DMs. And I would say a good 60 to 70% of them is all based around nutrition and the amount of calories people are having. Today, I had some really good people that asked me some stuff that shows that their mindset towards food isn't really good. So I'm going to take a little bit of time now to show you some real life world examples. I'm going to blur out their name like I always do and kind of do it, because what I do is I always always go on Instagram, answer my DMs. If I feel like the question will be applicable to many people, I post on my story when I blur out their names, just so someone else out there that may not have the confidence to ask me the question can get the advice. So here's a few today. Here's the one that you've already seen when the person was unsure whether they're allowed to drink juice in a day. Let's go forward. This one was a very shocking one, which I'll go in detail on. This person's 6 foot tall. They train 2 times a day, and they only having 900 calories. And I more or less go into like a little bit of a rant because this person follows me and they know my answer when it comes to food, like under eating. This is my main reply back. You can say 900 calories is way too low. You know that's low. It's not healthy. And right now, what I'm going to do is speak about in general when it comes to like eating healthy. It's all about having the right mindset. And what do you think will happen when you decide to eat something normal, like a normal meal, like going out for a meal with family? Most people that are into fitness, they know the best way to have any sort of diet is to have something that's sustainable, that you can eat forever. On 900 calories, what happens when you've got like a birthday and you have to eat a certain meal? You know, what happens when you have to do XYZ? What happens when you eat these little baby calories? I just can't see that being sustainable. Like, can you see yourself in 5 years from now eating 900 calories? And that is something I want to drill home to everybody. If you're watching this video right now, you have a friend that's doing a similar thing and they're trying to kill themselves by trying to get abs or lose weight, you've got to just ask them, what happens when you stop doing this crazy diet? If you're someone that's eating ridiculously low calories like him, 900 calories on, what happens when you stop? Because you're not going to be able to maintain 900 calories for the rest of your life and 2 gym sessions a day. You're just not going to be able to. So you're fighting to get down to this benchmark, right, this certain weight. But as soon as you can't eat that level and you can't train that frequent, you're going to gradually go up. It makes much more sense to create a sustainable diet that you enjoy eating and can eat for the foreseeable future. All eating habits should be long-lasting. If they're not long-lasting, then they're probably not good. I'm sorry I'm getting a little bit more depth on like the mental side of food and fitness, but I feel like it's really important, and I need at least one video on it just so when people ask me this stuff, I can point them somewhere and they can get some good info. But a good thing that also did happen today is that someone who saw that story of me talking to that guy messaged me. He was basically that guy once upon a time. He was under eating as well, not as severe as that. He was 6'1" and he was having, I think, 1800 calories, and he was worried as to why he was just starving himself to try and get abs. And this is my response. So this was a different person, and just for those you don't want to read, get too lazy, basically he said, previously, you can see above, I'm replying to his previous questions. He was under eating and he was saying, my maintenance calories, I'm pretty sure is like 800 calories and I'm 6 foot. I reply back by saying, if you're 6 foot, there's no way you can be eating that. That's not your maintenance calories. That's you trying to fight for abs. He then more or less messages me like months later and he says, obviously I've decided to move up my calories. I'm eating 2,600 now, which is way more than before, and his weight's gradually going up and he feels way better. And you don't know how happy that made me. Like, you see my response, it was really great. This one makes me feel so much better. This is someone new, obviously, the one I just showed you. They messaged me about a month or so ago, and they were someone, they're 6'1", I believe, and they were eating ridiculously low. They were eating 1,800 calories, which is double that guy, and basically, they was fighting and trying to kill themselves, trying to get abs. He was 6 foot tall and 135 pounds. He's now moved his calories up to something more reasonable to his size, 2,600, and he's feeling much better in himself. So that message really did make my day. So hopefully or potentially that may help any of you out there that may suffer with thinking when it comes to food or fitness. If it does, please save this video or bookmark this video and come back to it as and when. If you know somebody that has the same mentality as them, that has like the eating disorderish type levels or really poor relationship with food, please send this video to them. Hopefully it will help them out. But anyways, I feel like that's enough information now. I think I'll just show you guys my meals. If you've enjoyed the extra mentality thoughts, please let me know in the comments if it was worth doing. You know, if it was too much information, you don't want to see it, let me know as well, and I'll cut them all out from now on, and I won't go that deep into a topic. But yeah, let's get to eating. Right, I made my half a pineapple today. Now we're moving on to making the chicken fajitas. So to speed up time, basically what we're going to do now is turn this into what you just saw with the beef one. People, so here is the chicken after I've seasoned it. As you can see, people, it's going to taste pretty good. Now what we're going to do is add the stir fry into the chicken. Right, people, so that's the amount I'm going to put in per one. A decent amount of protein, so I'm going to eat that right now. 2 fajitas right here with chicken. Last time you saw me make beef, now we've got chicken. So it's two ways. So in case you don't like red meat, this is the easy way to have as well. I'm going to destroy these 2 now. I also have another one that I could make as well. I got a lot of chicken left over, but this is me right now. So I'll see you guys maybe later on for the last or next meal. So I was about to be rude, I didn't show you me eating. Look at the tantalizing flavors. But yeah, man, it tastes really, really good. This actually tastes better than the beef one earlier, which is surprising because normally my beef ones taste better, but this one was a better batch. Alright people, it's coming up to the rest of the day. So what I'm going to do is, as I watch the recent episode of Gotham, I'm going to basically have half a tub of this, which is the rest of it. And that'll be all the foods I'm going to eat today. Hopefully you have enjoyed the various meals I've shown you today. If you go and try it, be sure to let me know in the comments and let me know how it went. Be sure to follow me on Instagram if you're brand new. And anyways, I'll see you in the next food I've eaten or the next video in general. Peace out people. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're new.